Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? You are sitting right in the middle of the sun coming down onto the patio. So I'm hoping that it'll pass a little bit. You can see my shadow over here. But I'm having to vlog early today because we have a lot to go out and do. I have to go pick up my medicine, and then we have to get Carlitos' birthday gifts, and then we have to get ready before we do all that, and then we have to be at Carlitos' birthday party. I think it starts at 6, so we have to be there at 6. But it'll be fun to see everybody. I'm real excited about it. I'm excited to get out of this house for a little bit and be around family and see people, so that'll be really, really fun. It's surreal to think that Carlitos is 12 today. It's like, it seems unbelievable. It seems like it was just, I remember when he was like, he had just turned a year old, and I remember they came to visit. This is before Carlitos and Liliana moved here, and they came to visit, and it was right before Thanksgiving, because I can remember that that Friday after Thanksgiving, we all went to Edinburgh Outlet Mall. There was like a bunch of us, like some of Alex's cousins, and then I think his mom, like, she stayed and watched Carlitos, and so Alex and I went with Tanya, and we met like a bunch of family at Edinburgh Outlet Mall to go Black Friday shopping. And I remember it was snowing that year, and but I remember when they came, like, Carlitos had just started like walking, and he was like walking in the upstairs of their mom's old house, and he was like walking, and I can see like Fufu was like hanging over the banister, and he was like watching him, and Alex and Carlos and his mom were down there. I have pictures of all of it. So it seems so weird that now he's 12. Now he's 12. Seems unbelievable. Oh my god, look. I brought this candle out here I bought this to light the candle, and it's like melting. We're gonna try to light it anyway. I've been trying to light these candles when I sit out here. Is this one melting? Is the pumpkin melting? No. So, I'm doing okay today. I've woken up, I mean, this was before Boo Radley passed away. I'd had like a migraine like 2 days in a row. I wouldn't say it's a migraine anymore, but it's just like my head, it's just like, it hurts every day that I wake up. It seems like each day it gets a little bit better. And I don't know how much of it's the weather. It could be, you know, a lot to do with the weather and allergies and things like that. I don't know. I just took my allergy medicine. Just made a cup of coffee, my first cup of coffee of the day. It's a Kauai coffee. So I thought that I would come out here and talk to you guys for a little bit. Alex is trying to fix the heat right now, which I tried to fix last night because, of course, we pushed it too long, and now it's the weekend. So I think I was talking about this last week, that calling the fireplace and getting the heat fixed. But then we would do like a quick fix to the heat. Like if we turned it off for a while, then like if you turn it off for like a couple hours, then it would like work again. And so when I got up today, last night it wasn't working. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to shut it off while we sleep, and then when we get up, it still won't be that cold. I mean, it's supposed to be cold tonight. It's supposed to be, let's look at the temperature is right now. I think it's probably 60 or 65. 58 degrees right now. And so tonight it's supposed to be high of 61 today, low of 41. I think our temperature inside right now says 66, 65, maybe 67. And it was like at 71 last night when I went 70. It wasn't 71, that's kind of high for us. We'll be fine getting through the weekend. It's not like it's going to get that cold. Do you know what I mean? If we have to like wait until Monday or Tuesday for them to come fix the heat. But Alex is like, I don't think it's broken. And I was like, no, it's broken. He's like, no, I can see like down here like the fire or whatever, and he keeps on like turning it off and on. I'm like, why let it sit for like while we were sleep overnight? And you know, so it came back on for a little bit, and he's like, see, it worked. And I was like, okay. And then like 10 minutes later it kicked off, and he's like, well, I'm gonna fix it. So he's down in the basement fixing it right now. I'm sure he'll get it all fixed. He probably will. That's the thing. Alex will probably fix all of it, and then I'll be like, why am I such an idiot that I couldn't fix it? When I literally like Googled everything on how to like fix the the furnace from the furnace brand and everything. You know what? It would have been 100 times easier just to call and get it fixed, but that was not where my mind was this week. So my mind was on other things this week. So yeah. I said on here a couple minutes ago, it's like I'm doing okay today. It's weird because I think it's nice, but I feel like I get like every day texts from a bunch of people and they're like, are you doing okay today? How are you doing today? It's like, I don't know that I really know how to answer that if you want to know the truth. Like, grieving's weird, you know? I will say, like, this time, it's weird how much of this reminds me of when my mom passed away. And I've kind of like really been like processing a lot of it and really like thinking about like, why does this remind me of my mom passing away? You know, like, why instead of like, why is Boo's passing reminding me of like the time, not of my mom passing away, but the time period of it? And I think it's because similarly, like when my mom passed away, it was the end of an era. I mean, literally the end of an era, you know? And this feels like the end of an era as well. I mean, it was the era of us having all these dogs and stuff like that, you know, and that they were just like this little family of their own, this little pack. I think outside of the other two, I also had a very individual relationship with Boo Radley because we had him just alone for the last 2.5 years after Tucker passed away, and I think I had a very individual relationship with my mom. I don't know, it feels differently to me. I feel like I'm, like some of the, I wouldn't say like the same feelings, but I would say kind of like the same processes that I went through with my mom is kind of similar to what I'm going through right now. But grieving's weird, you know, it's like, I'll have moments where I'm just like laughing, and I'm able to like focus on TV. Last night I watched, Alex and I got caught up on all the Housewives last night. We watched New York, Salt Lake City, and the season finale of Orange County. And then we were gonna watch, did we watch something else? We're done with Grotesquerie. I finished Teacup the night before. Oh, we were gonna watch House of Villains, and then I was like, I need to lay down for a little bit. I've been taking a nap every night, like super deep. I don't know if I was just like storing up or I hadn't, you know, taken a nap in like a month, but I've been taking a nap like every night, and I just completely, we started watching our shows early, so it was like 9:30 or something. And I crashed from like 9:30 to like 11:30. And he came upstairs and he watched Watch What Happens Live. And then when like halfway through, I woke up like halfway through, and because he was like turning stuff off, and I started going to bed, and he was like, yeah, I'm really tired. And so that was at like 10:30 or 10:45, he went to sleep. And then I got up and talked to Tanya on the phone for a while, talked to Nikki on the phone, and I was like looking up all this stuff about Peanut the Squirrel, which I'll talk about in just a second. It breaks my heart. It's so sad. So I was looking at that stuff last night, and then I was like, no, I want to go in and watch something. And I was like looking through stuff to watch. I started watching, so the night before I had started, I think it's called The Manhattan Alien Abduction or something on Netflix. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's like the world. It's interesting because I've never heard this story before about all these alien abductees and this guy that worked with them and this one woman that had like the most outrageous story and all this kind of stuff. I don't really know much about it. It feels kind of slow moving to me, honestly. So I'd watched the first episode the other night, so I started watching the second episode. It's just as slow moving as the first episode. I was like, I want to watch something that's going to kind of take my mind off of things, you know? And so I was halfway through the season of Lincoln Lawyer. So last night I watched, I don't know when I would have started watching TV because I played some games of solitaire and, but I think it was like 1 or 2. I think it was 2 that I started watching TV after I got off the phone with everybody and folded laundry, folded towels, and all this kind of stuff. And I think it was like right at 2 I started watching The Lincoln Lawyer, and I watched 5, 6, 7, 8, and half of 9. And so I have half of episode 9, and I have all of episode 10, and then I'm done with The Lincoln Lawyer. I really like it. Nikki started watching it last night. I was telling her, I was like, it's just kind of like a cozy show. And I was like, not like a cozy mystery. It's just like, the characters that are like, I just love the character stories. And even though it's a thriller based on the Michael Connelly books, The Lincoln Lawyer, it's just, I don't know, there's something, well, this season's a lot different than the other seasons, but it's just kind of cozy. There's something cozy about it. I don't know. Maybe it's the comfort of knowing these characters or something. But it's weird because, like I said, like, grieving's weird, you know? It's like, I go in and out of these stages where it's almost kind of like there are moments where I feel like it doesn't even feel real at all. When I think, I don't know if I said this in the vlog yesterday, if it would have been, I think I was done vlogging by the time that Alex texted me this before he came home yesterday, that they contacted us that Boo's ashes are ready. And I was like, I'm not even ready to think, I can't even look at pictures yet, you know, let alone to think about that. And we have like a special place in the mantle where, you know, Tucker and Pee-Pee's are, and we have like pictures of them and stuff like that. I'm just, like, I don't, like, I know he's not coming back. I know that he's passed away. I'm just not like there yet of like the full acceptance of it. Like, I'm really struggling with it. I did look at a few pictures last night and it was really hard. I just miss him so much. And it's like I go through periods where it's like I'm totally fine. It gets better each day, you know. I mean, I know that about grief, right? Like, but then, like, we were laying in bed last night before Alex was watching his TV and I was getting ready to take my nap, and I've had like Boo's like purple like fuzzy blanket, like, you know, next to me every night. And I don't even know what Alex said. Alex just like looked at me and he started crying, and I just like lost it. And I was just like, miss him so much. I was like, I just want to hold his paw, you know, and like kiss the top of his head. Like, I just miss the little guy so much. I actually thought I was pretty good to come on here today. I was like, I don't even think that I'm gonna like shed a tear today at all. And that's the weird thing, right? It's like, and this is where I think that this like vlog has been really, really helpful. Because I mean, I've talked to so many people and stuff on the phone, but I feel like so many people are like, I mean, it's really nice, right? But people reach out to me and they're like, are you doing okay today? I don't really know how to answer that question. Something that's going on with my eyelash. It's like, if I put on my glasses to look at it, hold on a second. Is it done? It's like gloopy or something. Somebody said something the other day. Somebody commented on one of my videos or something and was like, Peter looks like he's going through it, or I can't remember how they said it. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going through it. I've been going through it for a while now, for like the last month. Of course I look like crap. Let's maybe normalize not judging somebody how they look on their worst day, you know? Which I think is funny too, like on my, I don't know whether it just made me think this, on my videos, it doesn't really happen so much on my vlog, but like on my Peter Monn channel, it definitely happens. Like on my vlog, so many of the comments are like directed towards me, right? Like people will say like, oh, Peter, like sending you and Alex, you know, whatever. Or people will say things like, oh, I'm going through the same thing or something like that, right? But like on my Peter Monn channel, I mean, it happens on my Peter Watches TV channel too, because I just don't think like people really know me over there or whatever, but where people will like, like as if it's not like my video or something. They'll say like, this man is so funny, or this man cracks me up, I don't even know how I found him, or something. Like they're talking to the other people in the comments, which like that's totally normal, right? Like that's really like what it should be on YouTube. But I think because of this channel, I'm used to like people talking directly to me instead of like, you know, like, I don't know, like about me, like I'm not like any part of that video or something. I don't know how to explain it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? If you read the comments, you probably know what I'm talking about. I've gotten, I mean, I don't really ever get those comments over here. Like, for example, I don't even know if I could like find a comment like this. Hold on. Like Amy sent this like she put this comment on, this was 24 minutes ago on my Life Goes On video, and she said, sending prayers, love, and peace to Alex and you. So it's like very like personal to me. I mean, this is like, if you think about this in the grand scheme of things of like YouTube comments, it is kind of strange, you know, like it is like this cool kind of community that we've built over here. Well, you know what, it's gonna be hard for me to find it on my Peter Monn video because I put up the community tab thing. Where? I wish I could find a comment that's what I'm talking about. But it's like, somebody will say something like, this man is so funny, I don't even know how he was recommended to me, or something like I'm not the one reading the comments. I don't know why that cracks me up, it just does. But no, like, people keep on reaching out to me and they're like, are you doing okay? And I don't really know how to say about that. Like, I don't know, I mean, you know, like, that's where, like, my mom, I remember my mom one day said, she was, like, so tired of people, like, asking her how she was doing, and she would, because she'd always just be like, I'm good, I'm fine, you know, whatever, and she was, like, the next person to ask me that, like, like, this is when you kind of, like, know that you're, like, completely becoming, just, like, you've become, like, unhinged, right? And she's like, the next person that asks me that, I'm just going to be like, you know what, I'm not doing very well at all. Like, I think she said, made some joke about it, about like what she would say or whatever. But it's like, I think it's nice when people ask me that. I think it's really sweet, you know? I just don't know how to ask me that. I'm like, ask me in 5 minutes, I might feel completely different. You know, right now I'm like laughing and I'm good. And like 2 minutes ago, I was just bawling my eyes out. And I think that's grief, you know? I think that's what grief looks like. At least that's what it looks like for me. It's like, one moment I'm like stuck, I'm like completely just stuck, like for, you know, a good 15 minutes. Then I'm watching a show and, you know, then I'm crying my eyes out and either listening to a song or talking to Alex or talking to a friend, and then I'm laughing. Alex and I were laughing so hard last night, and so it just kind of comes and goes in waves, you know, and it's like, I think that's kind of what grief looks like. For me, at least. I don't know what it looks like for somebody else. It's weird, though. Waking up every day is weird, and him not being here. I think, especially coming off the last month, where, like, I was so fixated on getting his medicine for him, and you know, taking him outside and making sure he had food to eat. I mean, like, these are normal things that I'm talking about, like, we were doing it so much more, though. Did you see I'm getting stuck right now? Did you just see that? I just got stuck in a memory. But, I think, like, being on that routine and then, like, being so kind of, like, every time that, like, he would move or whatever, I was like, I can, you know, like, when Alex and I were here, and Alex would be like, babe, just go downstairs and watch a show. And I just couldn't do it, you know, because I was constantly worried about him, especially if he was walking a lot. And so I'd hear something like, let's just say if he, like, started, like, walking faster and whatever, I'd be like, I'd be like, is he okay? He'd be like, he's fine, babe. He's just walking a little bit more. And I was constantly on edge. To go to that, to nothing, like, I'm still not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm getting better, but I'm not there yet. Like Alex said last night, he said, we were sitting there watching TV, and he made some comment about he was like, it is quiet. And I was saying something about like not hearing him like in the water bowl or eating treats in the kitchen and stuff like that. And he was like, it is quiet in here. And I was like, yeah, just imagine being here all day long with it. Like, it's really quiet, you know? It's super quiet. And I'll be honest with you, I don't, like, there's moments that I like love the peace and quiet. It's so funny because, like, at night, like, Nikki and I will text, and I'll be like, what are you watching on TV? And she'll be like, she's listening to the Delphi podcast right now, so that's a lot of what she'll do. But she'll, like, watch a TV show, and then she'll say, I just turned off all the lights, and she's laying there with her cat, and she's like, because I can hear the cat, like purr when I'm talking on the phone. I'm like, are you sipping, like, a fountain pop? And she's like, no, that's the cat. So I can hear the cat. It's real sweet. And, so I'll be, like, texting her, I'm like, what are you doing? Because I'll, like, wanted to tell her about it, like a show I'm watching or whatever. Nikki's, like, the only one that's up at the same time that I am late at night. Like, Mel's asleep, Tanya's asleep by then. My sponsor's up late at night, but she's usually working on a project. But, so Nikki and I text a lot at night, and I'll be like, what are you watching? And she's like, I'm not. Well, she watches the TikToks a lot, but she's like, I'm not. She's like, I'm just listening to the cat purr. And she's like, I have all the lights off, and I'm just, like, in the peace and quiet of it all. And I think that's nice, right? And, like, there's moments that, like, I do that. Like, I can sit out here on the front porch, and I can just, like, sit in silence, right? Like, outside, I can do that. Inside, it's crazy. I cannot do it inside. Like, you know, it's weird because years ago, like, when I started on YouTube, I would pick a movie every day, right? And I would be like through the holiday season, it would have been like all the Halloween movies. Hocus Pocus, the Halloween franchise, all of them. And then I would have just started it, and then when I was filming, because that was when I sat in the chair in the ring light, people have been asking me recently, they're like, will you return to that chair and whatever, and I don't know, I might. Like, that's a whole ordeal to, like, pull out the, I mean, it's not like it's super difficult or anything, but to pull out that ring light and all that kind of stuff, it's just easier to, I don't know. I mean, I'm working on the basement, so, you know, hopefully, I don't know. We haven't even talked about that. Our plan was that, like, you know, really start getting some stuff done, you know, when Buralia passed away, but I think that, I mean, we're not anywhere near right there now. But I'm gonna, like, have, like, a little studio in the basement and stuff like that where I can film videos, but I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, like, so years ago, like, I would start a movie, and then I would either pause it or I would mute it. Like, I can't tell you how many videos I filmed sitting in that chair where there's literally, like, a movie going in the background just muted. And, but then it would distract me sometimes, so I would, like, just pause it, because I was, like, I would keep on, like, looking over the TV, and, but then, so I would pause it, and so then when I would get done with the video, like, I would unpause it, because then there would be, like, sound inside the house and whatever. Well, the last couple years, especially since I've been, like, you know, since I came back after the accident, like, I've been filming outside, upstairs, in front of the computer, downstairs. I really haven't been setting the ring light up, and even before that, I really hadn't. So, because right there, it was just like, go to the chair to the computer, go to the chair to the computer, and I would just, like, you know, pick a movie. Well, now I don't really do that anymore. And, like, if, like, Boo Radley was, like, on the landing or on the bed when I was filming a video, as soon as I was done filming a video and I got up to start rendering it, to put it on the computer, he would, like, follow me right downstairs. So I would render on the computer, then I would take him outside, then he would run around, then I bring him inside, then I got him a treat, and that was kind of my routine. So this whole, like, filming a video thing is, like, it feels weird to me now. Like, and I haven't, since he's passed away, started filming videos on my other channels, but I'll be honest with you, like, I'm a little apprehensive about Monday. Because I have set Monday as my goal to come back and film videos, and I'm a little weird about it. I'm a little bit like, I don't know that I'm gonna, like, what that's gonna be like for me, you know? I'll be fine. I mean, there's a part of me that's really excited about coming back and filming videos. And there's a part of me that is just like, I could just take another 2 weeks and not do anything, but it doesn't feel like, I don't know, it's like, I feel like I need to do something. I need to have something filling up my time, but There's a lot of traffic in this neighborhood today. I do think I'm going to ease back into things, though. Like, well, I'll do the Sister Wives video on my Peter Watches TV channel. And then probably just like a meditation, or I'll respond to a comment on my Peterisms channel. I already know, like, I can't, like, get into, like, doing a video over there about, like, I just don't. I'm not the expert of grief when I'm going through it. I just don't think, you know. And then, oh, so I got sent something by a company that I reviewed something of theirs that I bought. And so they reached out to me and they were like, we loved your video, which is kind of funny because I didn't give them the greatest review in the entire world. But that's happened before, actually. I still have those High Smile toothpastes. I've never reviewed those. I should probably check and make sure that they're not expired so that I can review those. But that's not what I got. So this company reached out to me. I literally just did the review like 2 weeks ago, sitting out here. And so they sent me this big thing last night. And I was like, Nikki was like, you should have opened it on camera. And I'm like, okay, except for there's like ice packages in it to keep it cold. So like I couldn't, you know, because it wasn't like a huge thing. It was just like two of their new products or something like that. But so I'm going to review that this week because that was sweet of them to send that to me. So that'll be my Monday review. And then Sister Wives, like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do in my drama video yet. I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I had all these videos planned for the end of last week. I had this whole, like, Halloween funny rant video that I was going to do. I had asked people to tell me funny stories to rant about Halloween. And I had this whole rant video that I was going to do for Halloween. I was going to pre-film it on Wednesday and have it posted on Thursday. And that didn't happen because I didn't post anything. So, scrap that video. And then I had put up a Q&A. And I think that I might, like, put up another thing about questions tomorrow or something, because Monday, I think a Q&A might be a good way for me to come back. When I put up these, like, I put up a thing, like, what topics do you guys want me to talk about this week? And somebody was like, you haven't done a Q&A for a while, and that's why I ended up posting, like, the questions for the Q&A on my, on my Instagram. But I was like, it feels like I haven't done a Q&A for a while. I know that if I do it, I'll probably get bombarded with a lot of questions of people being like, when are you getting another dog, and blah, 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 whatever, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I can answer those questions, but it's just like, I don't know, But I think maybe like a Q&A on Monday, or like an AITA video, like an Am I the A-hole video. I actually have some drama videos that, like, people have sent me some stuff and I've saved it that I can make, but I'm going to ease back into it a little bit. So Monday will be some kind of, like, just silly video. But, oh, I didn't talk about this last night. I actually walked for a while. I walked for an hour and 16 minutes last night. Very proud of myself. We should look at my steps. I was proud of myself, but I was frustrated with myself because... Yeah, Alex came home, like, right at the end of my walk. Okay, so I started walking at, like, 10 till 5 last night. So I went a completely different way than I usually do. I, like, went down here, and then I went out the gate. And then down here, there's, like, 4 or 5 streets behind us. And I went, like, and the streets are, like, 5 houses on either side. And I just walked down the streets and walked back. And I listened to music while I did that. So I walked all the way down there, and then walked all the way down to that end of that street. And then I came all the way back. Walked up and down, went into like my old routine a little bit, but then I came back and then I walked into here. Well, I wanted to walk like 2.5 hours last night. Like, I really wanted to push it last night. I thought it would be good for me. I thought it would help me sleep, because I'm having an easy time falling asleep taking a nap, but like when I fall asleep at night, even after drinking sleep time tea or the sleep tea from Twinings, even when I'm like sitting there in the chair and I'm like half asleep, it's like I go upstairs to the bedroom and then my mind just starts spinning and I start thinking about Boo. I mean, I connect everything. Like last night we were watching TV and I said to Alex, because you know, towards the end, the last couple of months, like, we would be downstairs watching TV, and he'd be upstairs in his little purple bed sleeping, or he'd be sleeping on, you know, Alex's pillow or my pillow or whatever. And so it felt weird watching TV last night, because it felt very normal, and Alex and I were laughing and stuff, you know? And Alex was warming food up in the kitchen, and I said, it feels like Boo's just upstairs asleep right now, you know? Like, it feels kind of surreal, like he's just upstairs asleep right now. And so, so yeah, I don't know. The battery stopped. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like there's moments where I feel like he's still here. I don't know. Like, I don't literally think that. It's kind of like, almost kind of like I forget it, you know? So I walked down there, and I really wanted to, like, walk for a long period of time, and I really wanted to listen to God of the Woods, because I was like, you gotta, like, really get through this. But my plan was to finish it, what, a week or two ago? So I got 2 true crime books to finish for this next week, because the True Crime Book Club is a week from Sunday. Yeah, the next True Crime Book Club is a week from Sunday, the live stream. So I got 2 true crime books. They're short, but I got 2 true crime books to listen to this week. Plus, every night I'm going to watch an episode of The Real Murders on Elm Street. Or if I get into it, I'll just binge watch it, because that's the documentary taken together I've already watched to get prepared for next week. But I got to finish God of the Woods. So I walked last night. Well, when I got out of this neighborhood back here, I started listening to the book, because I was listening to music before that. And so I started listening to the book. And I'm really into it. Okay, so I'm now probably like... I'm probably 2/3 of the way done with it, because I got back, and then I was, like, doing stuff around the house, and I kept on listening to it. So, I listened to, like, another hour when I got home. It's really good. God of the Woods is a fantastic book. I feel like I'm, like, cutting off the top of my head. God of the Woods is, like, a fantastic book. I didn't realize it was going to get really heavy into, like, backstory. I mean, it is incredibly well written, but there's, like, a lot of backstory. It kind of reminds me of, like, I'm trying to think of another book that it reminds me of, where it's, like, so the major plot is, like, this missing person that goes missing from a summer camp. The back plot is, like, the family history behind it, and the history of each of these people involved. It's not just, like, a simple book about somebody missing, which I kind of thought it was going to be about that this girl that goes missing from a summer camp. I thought it was kind of be a thriller like that. That's not what it is. So, now tonight I actually started a notebook last night again, because I have this workout journal, I have all this kind of stuff, and I was like, no. So, with Pee-Pee, I keep on calling Boo Radley Pee-Pee, I don't know why. But with Boo Radley's medicine, you guys know I love those little, like, notebooks, right? That are, like, cheap. You know I'm talking about the little notebooks, that's, like, the steno pads at the top. So I buy those I don't buy them all the time, because we have so many of them now. But with Boo Radley's medicine, like, Monday through Sunday, I would, like, write at the top of it, like, week of, and then we had his medicines listed in, like, the back of the cover of it, like, the medicines he was on, and then... So, like, on a pad of paper, by the medicine, this yellow pad that we had, which is, incidentally, we had 1 page left of that pad. I was like, in my head, the last night, I was like, I don't have any more of these pads. Like, which pad are we going to use next? Which is something I would think, because they were, like, these yellow Post-it notes. They look like, you know, yellow legal pads, but they were small. And I was like, which pad are we going to use? Because I don't think I have any more of those pads left. And that was the last pad, and then Boo Radley passed away. But then, so we would write down 6, 2, and 10, and then we would write down, like, gabapentin and Keppra, and then that was 6, and then 2 o'clock would be, like, the gabapentin, the Keppra, and the carprofen, and then at 10 would be, like, you know, that with the trazodone. Well, he got the gabapentin, the Keppra, and the trazodone. And so we would check them off, and then at the end of the day, I had this little notebook that I kept, and then... Okay, so the battery died, and really early today, and so I had to go inside and get another battery. But then I was talking to Alex about what time he wanted to leave, and so where he wanted to go, for us to get these, whatever we're gonna get, for Carlitos, and to get the medicine. I was like, what time do you want to leave? He's like, I don't know, I don't care, we have to be there at like 6 or 6:30, and I was like, okay, so what time do you want me to leave? I said, did you fix the heat? He goes, well, it's on. I can hear it on. And I put my foot over the thing. I go, he goes, it's on. It's in it working. I go, no, it's not pushing out any hot air. And he was like, damn it. I was like, I knew I should have called a week ago. I should have called a week ago, you know, but I didn't. So, like everything in my life, I get to it. I remember at this book, I think I've talked about this on here before. I remember this book that I read, this book that I read when I was a kid. I've talked about it on here before because I had two clownfish named Joe Beth and Mary Rose. But the book that I read was called Help I'm a Prisoner in the Library by F. Clifford. And what was the dad's? I think his name was Pete, and they called him. I'm sure now that I start this, people will start calling me this, but they called him Procrastination Pete or something like that. And so in the book, I'll never forget like the one picture. I'll have to show you the book that I got. I'll have to bring it out sometime because the one picture is the two little girls and they're like over the back seat and they're like looking at their dad like running through the snow to the gas station. So, okay, the book is about, if you've never read it, it's a great book. If you have kids, you should, like, this would be a good winner to, like... So I read it, like, our teacher read it to us in 4th grade, and then I became obsessed with it. What I didn't know until years later, actually, when I think it was when I got the Cloudfish with my ex, I found out that there was actually several books in the series by F. Clifford. But it takes place in Indianapolis, and so I was, like, real intrigued by the fact that it took place in Indianapolis, right? And so it's about these two sisters, Joe Beth and Mary Rose, and their dad, and I think they're from Fort Wayne, which is where my dad is from, and so they're like going to their grandma's house. Their dad is taking their grandma's house because their mom is pregnant and she's about to have a baby, okay? So he runs out of gas on the side of the road in Indianapolis because he's Procrastination Pete and never fills the gas station up. I can remember one of them talking about it at the beginning. Maybe that's not his name. I can't remember, something else. But anyway, so they're left behind the car. Well, they are like, oh, their dad's never coming back. And so they get out of the car and they go up to this library. Well, this library is like this old Victorian house. And it's like this children's library. And it's just closing. It's just gotten dark outside and it's closing. So they go inside. Well, they get locked inside this library. Help I'm a Prisoner in the Library. And then they think like all these things are like trying to... I'm going to have to read it again this winter. It's such a cute book. But anyway, so that's Help I'm a Prisoner in the Library. But they had... their names were Joe Beth and Mary Rose, and so I had I don't even know why I even thought of that back then, but two cloudfish, those little cloudfish way back in the day, and their names were Joe Beth and Mary Rose. But anyway, they're no longer with us either, sadly. So I don't know what made me think about that. Oh yeah, the fact that I haven't called the heater yet. Well, I mean, we had a lot going on this week, but it's been my plan for like 2 or 3 weeks now. What is going on? Did I just get texted? No. So Alex is upstairs and he's just kind of like hanging out until I guess we get ready to go and do all this kind of stuff. What was I talking about before I got off here? Oh, I was talking about something to do with Boo Radley's medicine. Oh, I was talking about the little notebook. Because, okay, so I don't even remember how much of this I explained now. These planes are loud today. I mean, it is literally, there is not a cloud in the sky. It is so blue outside, it's beautiful. Okay, so how much, I don't even remember how much of this I explained. So we were keeping this pad of paper and we would put on there like 6, 10, or 6, 2, and 10, and then like the different medications that were listed. And then when I would make the next list for the day, in this little notebooks, I have all those little notebooks, like we would write down like Monday through Sunday, and then I would check mark it. If we had made it through like that day, giving him all of his medication, he had made it seizure free, I would check it. And I was tracking like the medication, the seizures. Well, that is one thing that I kept. I was like, I'm not gonna, well, we've kept everything now except for the medicine, but I was like, I'm not going to throw that away, so I put it in the drawer. Well, when I was putting it in the drawer, because it was out there until yesterday, I was like, you know what? Like, you already have this workout journal. Okay, but why don't you keep a little notepad? I mean, obviously, you keep it on your phone, like, keeping track of your steps and stuff like that. But I was like, I don't want an Apple Watch, but does anybody have like something that they put on, like just like a bracelet or something that keeps track of their steps? I don't want an Apple Watch at all. I have no desire for an Apple Watch. I know that y'all love them. Hey, more power to you. But I want something that tracks my steps as just like a bracelet or something. Does anybody know? I'm going to look online tonight, I think. But anyway, so I was like, I love notebooks. Y'all know I love notebooks. And so I was like, well, just track it like in a little notebook. So last night I put made a list of like week of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I made it for the next week too, so I could keep track of how long I walked. So I walked for an hour and 16 minutes, which I wanted to walk for a lot longer. I think I said this already. I don't even remember what I said before, but I wanted to walk for a lot longer, but my legs started getting tired, like really tired. And so I was at the point where I was like, I had walked all around back here and stuff, then I was in here, and I was like, if you walk out of the neighborhood, like to walk out of the neighborhood, I mean, I did, and then I kind of like turned around. To walk out of the neighborhood, if you go up one street, then it's like, it takes a long time to get, I know it's going to sound crazy, but it's like a long time to come back. So I was like, you're either committed to doing like another 45 minutes to an hour, or you're going to go home. And I was like, just go home. So that's what I did. Because my legs were hurting, which was weird. But I should look on here. I'm sure I did. I probably walked like 7,000 steps or something so small that it's ridiculous. Where's it at? Steps. What is that thing that's in there? Steps. I mean, not even that many steps I walk. 9,119. That's how sedentary I am. My average is between 1,192 and 2,972. Those were like 2,049. I mean, I'm averaging like 2,000 steps a day. Peter! You got to start getting moving a little bit more, a lot more. Let's look this up right now and see. Step counter bracelet. There has to be something like that. Doesn't there? Oh, there's all kinds of them. Shark bracelet and tracker. Shopping. Oh, like Fitbits, but that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just like a bracelet or something, you know what I mean? Fitbit to fitness tracker. I don't know, I would maybe wear one of those Fitbit things. They're like black, they're plastic, all different colors. I mean, they're not horrible. Activity, fitness, sleep. I was thinking more of like a piece of jewelry or something. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay, bracelet, Amazon, I think you can get them on. Oh, step counter ring. Oh, they have rings that are step counters. Seriously? That is crazy. Who knew? Fitness trackers. Anything? Let's see. Shopping, fitness trackers. Oh, they got ring. Oh, they do. They have rings, but they don't have bracelets that are like that. I just want like a metal bracelet or something. These are like high tech. They've got, you guys look at all these rings they have. That's crazy. Now I'm back to all the plastic ones. What is this? Bella Beat Leaf Urban Health. I wouldn't use that. I would maybe use one of these, like Fitbit. Oh, this is Walmart, $10.49. Okay, that's a cheap one. Oh, here's a watch. I think I bought a Garmin watch a while ago, and then I didn't end up using it. I'm almost positive I did. I have it down there in that, like, review box. Oh, here's one. Oh, this is a smart ring. I'm gonna have to look at this stuff later. So I said I was gonna say something about this. I'm absolutely devastated about this. Did you guys hear about this Peanut the squirrel? Devastated. Devastated about it. I feel so bad for them. So for you guys that don't know, okay, here's Peanut the squirrel. He has 566,000 followers on Instagram. Okay, this little guy inspired me so much. And I mean, they were parts of this foundation of raising money for rescue animals and all this kind of stuff. Well, it's kind of like the story's kind of changed over time is what's happened. Is that at first it was that, I think it's the Department of Environmental Conservation. They came and they took Peanut the squirrel, okay, who was a rescue squirrel off the streets of New York. Basically because you cannot own a squirrel as a pet in New York City, supposedly. I don't know much about this, okay? But now what's come out is that because of their hatred towards him And it's like I talk about this stuff and people don't believe me. They're like, oh, well, it's just an opinion, and like opinions don't affect other people's actions, and you know, whatever. But anyway, their hatred towards him led to several people reporting to the Department of Environmental Concerns, and so they seized Peanut the squirrel, and they actually seized this Fred the raccoon as well, and here he is right here, and they euthanized both of them. So these two animals that had safe and secure homes, because haters out there were jealous of him or were pissed at him or for some reason, whatever, and he knows who they are. He actually posted some of their pictures. I think people sometimes forget that like, your Instagrams and your Facebooks that you leave open, and if you've posted videos on YouTube and things like that, makes you a public figure and all that kind of stuff. People can post that stuff. Like, that's completely legit and legal to post that stuff. So he's posting some of it on his Instagram story. He has. And he's like, you know, because he's like, we're taking these people to court for, I mean, like, this animal lost his life as a result. These animals lost their lives as a result of people and their hatred towards him. It was nothing about him having a pet. And they're really pissed that the Department of Environmental Concerns, who is apparently not taking care of issues in their own state and county about other things that are bigger issues, that their concern is coming in and taking away a squirrel and putting him down. Like, that's their concern. A perfectly healthy squirrel, right? Breaks my heart. Absolutely breaks my heart. Makes me so sad. I just really, to be honest with you, I just don't understand the cruelty of the world sometimes. I just don't get it. I 100% do not understand it sometimes, you know? It almost kind of like gets you to the point where it's like, well, if you can't beat him, join him, you know? Like, if you can't, like, if you believe that, like, love always wins and kindness and compassion always wins and things like that, and it's like, it's kind of like if you can't beat him, join him, you know? That's not who I want to be in this world, you know, at all. That's why I said in my video yesterday to anybody out there, you know, I was directly talking to some people, but I think to anybody, I like, you know, we say this in recovery a lot. Like, if I got treated based on, like, if we in recovery got what we deserved, we wouldn't be sitting here right now, you know, having the lives that we have. It kind of goes along with that. It's like, I hope the world treats you kinder than you've treated people. I do, you know. I am a believer in love and the power of kindness and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. Maybe I'm idealistic. Makes me so sad about that little squirrel, though. Peanut the squirrel. There's so many leaves up here. Look at some of these pretty leaves, though. I don't really understand. I don't know. I get... I don't understand cruelty like that. I don't understand what... You know, it's like... I've had some, like, we've all had horrific shit that's happened to us in our lives, right? And I'm grateful that I'm surrounded by friends and family, and that when other things have happened to people that I love, that they've been surrounded by friends and family that embrace them and love them with kindness and grace. I want that for everybody, you know? I think it turns you cold towards the world. I've seen that happen to people in my life that I've known. You know, when they've had such horrific things happen to them that they become laser focused on something else, and it's like everybody else in the world can see it's because you're in so much pain. I don't want anybody to feel immense pain like that. I wouldn't want nobody to feel immense pain like that, you know? It's like I said in my video yesterday, it's like when Oprah said to those women, hate you? No, I don't hate you. Because that's what you do with your anger, but I do something different with mine, you know? Somebody's so angry over a little squirrel that they're reporting it, you know, and now the squirrel's not alive anymore. Your anger towards somebody else, was it worth it? Like, that's sad to me, right? I don't know, that's, like, sad to me. I mean, people can say what they want to say, but in my drama videos, I always say, watch who you want to watch, support who you want to support. Always. You know? I've even said, like, it is not my place to, like, file FTC. I've never done that. I don't understand people that, like, go to those links. You got nothing to do with your life. Then report somebody that has rescued a squirrel, and now the squirrel's dead because you had such hatred for this person that got more attention than you, or whatever it was. I don't get it. I mean, can somebody please explain that to me, of the world? I do not understand that. You know? I don't get it. I do not get it. I do not get it. Rest in peace, little Peanut the squirrel. Rest in peace. I like when people have been recently sending me things about rest in paradise. They'll say, rest in paradise, Boo Radley. I like that. I miss the little guy so much, you know? It's like, it's the little things that he did that made him so different, you know, than, like, the other dogs and stuff like that. And, like, his little trot. His just little trot that he did. I was going to pull up a video and show you, but I'm like, I'm still not there yet, you know? I was looking at some pictures last night, just like, it was hard. Anyway, whew. Okay, so, you know, I do want to say this. I mean, past all the comments and the love and the kindness that you guys have sent myself and Alex and Boo and stuff like that, past all that, there's been some very specific comments that people have left that I just do not know how y'all learn to say these things. Where's my Southern coming from? I was talking to one of my friends today on the phone from Southern Indiana. My Southern's coming out. I do not know where you guys learn to be such amazing people. You know, it's like, okay, I've talked about this before, but like a friend of mine, like after my mom passed away, she sent me, I think it was like a book and a card or something like that, or she gave it to me. I can't remember how it happened, but the card said, I never know what to say at times like this, so just know that, because, you know, people are always like, oh, my condolences, and I love you, which I think is sweet, right? I think it's sweet. We don't know what to say. We're not taught that language of grief, right? But my friend was like, I never know what to say at times like this, so just know that I love you. And I thought it was so, I was like, I am totally stealing that in the future, because I don't know what to say in times of grief for people, you know? And I think that we sometimes have to, we do these over-exaggerated things where, hey, thank you so much for the card. That was so sweet.
You're welcome.
I loved it. It was beautiful.
I love that poem. I love it.
It's sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. Look at this.
I know it's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh, wouldn't it be nice if it stayed like this?
I would like it to stay 85 and the pool be open.
Yeah, I could smoke a little bit.
Yeah.
This is better than coming this winter.
Is it supposed to be bad?
Well, they said we're supposed to have a mild winter. Who knows?
They say every year something different, but then we never get any snow. We have like 1 day of snow.
We used to get a lot of snow when I was growing up.
I know we got a lot. I can remember it like being on the side of the roads when they would shovel it up and stuff.
Did you grow up in Roanoke?
No, I grew up in Carmel.
Where?
Carmel.
What? Okay. Well, my new neighbor,
Don't say her name, please.
I won't.
Because I'm filming right now.
His best book about Roanoke back in the 80s and early
No, my mom went to high school with you. Remember, you guys didn't know each other. What was the book called?
It's just about Roanoke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really cool. Which, I can't mention her name, but she's coming this way.
Okay.
I can't remember my name.
Oh, let me turn this off so I can meet her. Hold on. Oh, no.
It's Anne.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine.
What's the book about Broad Ripple?
Pardon me?
Is this who you're talking about?
Yeah, we'll talk about Roanoke. Oh, yeah.
This is so funny if you guys could see them. So they're both dressed in black, and they both have the standard poodles, okay? Or I can't remember what she said her dog was the other day, but the one on the left, her dog's name is Gideon, and it's a standard poodle, and the other one's dog is Max, and they're standing side by side, and they're literally the exact same color of gray. You guys look like twins, and your dogs look like twins, and this is cracking me up. You both are dressed in black, your dogs are gray.
Younger than I am, though.
No.
Way younger. She's in better shape than I am. I am much older than she is.
Let's have a fight right here in the street. Street fight. Anyway, they're just hanging out there talking right now. I don't even remember what I was talking about before when she walked up here.
I don't care as long as they don't bitch.
She was one of the people that gave us a card.
I worry about your baby.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's rough. Yeah.
It is hard, yeah.
You gonna get another baby?
You know what? You're only like the third person that's asked that. Not many people.
I made another small baby.
Yeah, probably. Not anytime soon.
You know, it's just hard. You know, when you're used to having them around, it's hard to. It takes time.
I think I'm gonna get a gray standard poodle.
Oh, what? You can
A gray standard poodle.
standard poodle. That's just what you need.
There's a lot of traffic in the neighborhood today.
You're out there.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Have a great evening.
Bye, guys. It was good seeing you. This is what an amazing neighborhood I live in, is that they put in the monthly newsletter about Little Boo Radley passing away. And so now everybody asks about that. They say like they're sorry about him and stuff. But the first neighbor that walked by that I call my favorite neighbor, she gave us this beautiful card. And it was just really, really sweet. And Nikki sent us this candle last night. It was like this Paul Prince candle. It was so beautiful. And it has like this like crystal inside of it. And it's really, really cool. It was so nice. I meant to take a picture of it and throw it up on, we were watching our shows last night. I meant to take a picture of it and throw it up on my Instagram, so I'll do that later. So, Nikki, that was so sweet. Thank you so much for that. And, oh my God, and so many people when I mentioned the super thanks last night, we're like, oh, I didn't even know it. And we're sending, that was really sweet of you guys. Like, please do not feel at all like you have to do that, okay? But that was really kind of you. And it really meant a lot to me. Some of you went a little overboard and did not need to do that. But it's much appreciated, and I just want to say, but I mean, just watching my videos is enough, you know, and I appreciate that, and I just feel blessed that I get to, I don't even know what I was talking about before she walked up here. I just feel blessed that I have a place that I can come and I can process what's going on in my life, and I can share stuff that's going on with you, and, you know, between you and I'm going to have my sad moments, but I have to continue. Me moving through the pain is me, like I said yesterday, kind of returning to normalcy a little bit, and I have to get back to that. I have to, for my well-being, and, you know, like taking a walk last night, I was like, okay, so, you know, going forward in the next month or two, this is what my life will look like, taking, you know, walk in the evening. I like to film my videos earlier, and so I could, maybe walk a little bit earlier, and then, you know, watch shows with Alex, and he goes to bed, I watch my shows late, and I have a good life. I have an amazing life, you know, and I feel very blessed for my life. And I have a lot of people out there that love me, and you guys are so sweet and send such kind things. I mean, I feel like it's this, like, love energy that's going back. It's really nice, you know, it's really, really nice, and I love it, and I just get to sit out here on my front porch and talk to you guys, and so I'm getting back to that, and, I'll always miss that little guy, you know, I always will, and just like I miss Tucker and Pee-Pee, and, Boo passing is bringing up a lot of memories of Pee-Pee and Tucker, and, but I'm moving through it, and, hell, I cry about my mom. She passed away 16, almost 17 years ago, you know. I'll still be crying about things that haven't even happened yet. But I don't want to just sit around all day long and be sad. I just don't want to do that. And I don't think it's healthy for me. Somebody said to me the other day, I don't know if they sent me a DM or whatever, but they said something about, like, did I talk about this on here? They said something about Boo Radley wouldn't want you to be sad, and I thought, how do you know what a little dog, did I talk about this on here already? Because it cracked me up, because I was like, because I thought through it, right? And I was like, what, how do you know what, like, Boo Radley, this little dog, would be like, oh, somebody put on they said what I said last night when I was saying, well, hi, honey. Well, hi, honey. But somebody said, well, Boo Radley wouldn't want you to be sad. And I thought, well, I don't know that Boo Radley really conceptualized things like that. I'd like to think that he did, but I don't know that I think he did. But, you know, if he did, if Boo Radley did conceptualize things, you're absolutely 100% right. He wouldn't want me to be sad. He wouldn't. Boo Radley was a happy dog that loved taking naps and being around his dads, you know, and loved doing his flips on the bed and having treats and taking walks, and, you know, he was a happy dog. He was a happy dog. So, alright, I'm going to get off here now. Right as I'm coming up on, I got like a minute left before the 30-minute mark. Get ready and take a shower so we can go do the birthday stuff, and then I'm going to relax tonight. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. Thank you so much for helping me get through this weekend and get through this week and get to the other side of all this. You know, one foot in front of the other, one day at a time, and I'm really grateful for it, that I have a place to come over here and hang out and laugh and cry and share stories of my life. So thank you so much. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday, and if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.